let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Prince of Picks here from the Pick Management Podcast Network, and I'm here to give y'all my best for the Asian Cup and the matches taking place on Thursday, January 25th, 2024. We're going to head over to Group E, where South Korea will be taking on Malaysia. South Korea currently second in the group with 4 points with a +2 goal differential. Meanwhile, Malaysia is sitting at the bottom of the table with 0 points, having lost their first 2 matches of group play. Details from the last matches for both sides. South Korea scored a late 90th minute goal to rescue a surprising 1 point with Jordan. That match ended in a 2-2 draw. However, South Korea did have 66% possession in that match and a total of 21 shots. So they were really peppering the goal, but unfortunately they couldn't find the back of the net more than twice. But they really were in control of that match for the most part. Meanwhile, Malaysia, they also gave up a 90th minute goal themselves to the Bahrainis and ended up losing to Bahrain by a final score of 1-0. However, Malaysia only had 33% possession in the entire match, and they only had a total of 3 shots, with just one of those shots being on goal. So that they relatively posed almost no threat to Bahrain. It was clear that they were playing for the point here. The match was 0-0 up until the 90th minute when Bahrain was finally able to break through. Recent trends for both sides. South Korea, they have scored in their last 8 matches 25 goals and have conceded just 3. Again, that is in their last 8 matches. They've scored 25 goals and allowed only 3. They are also undefeated in their last 10 matches overall. Meanwhile, Malaysia, they have won just 3 matches out of their last 9 overall, and they have also allowed 17 goals in those 9 matches. That is an average of 1.8 goals against per game. They're coming into this tournament as one of the worst defensive teams in terms of recent trends, and they have been showing it this tournament thus far, sitting at with 0 goals scored and 5 against in just 2 matches. So this team is a very, very leaky defense, and I believe this is going to be an absolute thrashing for the South Koreans here. I think the South Koreans come out and make a huge statement here. I think they win emphatically. I don't think this is relatively close at all. Malaysia, another interesting stat here, has allowed a first half goal in 7 of their last 9 matches overall. Meanwhile, the South Koreans have scored a first half goal in 7 of their last 8 matches overall. So both trends would lead you to it almost feels inevitable that a first half goal will be scored here by the South Koreans. But we're going to go with a plethora of bets here. So get your pens and paper ready, and here we go. Our first bet is going to be South Korea first half money line, and we are going to parlay that with South Korea team total over 2.5 goals for the full game. That parlay comes in at -110. We are also going to do South Korea first half money line and South Korea second half money line. That parlay comes in at -110. We are also going to be taking South Korea on the Asian spread -1 for the first half. That value comes in at -115. And our final bet, we are going to take South Korea on the Asian spread full game -2.75. That value comes in at +120. Next up, we're going to be staying in Group E, where Jordan will be taking on Bahrain. Jordan currently sitting first in the group with 4 points. Meanwhile, Bahrain is third in the group with 3 points themselves. A draw will see Jordan advance out of this group, but we believe that this match might be a little touch and go, might be a little low scoring, especially the first half. So we're actually going to take a first half draw. -120. If there's any goals, we expect them to be in the second half. So if you wanted to take, most goals in second half, that would be another bet that you could do. But for our official bet, we're just going to take first half draw -120. Next up, we're going to go over to Group F, where Saudi Arabia will be taking on Thailand. The Saudis are currently first in the group with 6 points. Meanwhile, Thailand is second place with 4 points. Again, a draw will see both teams advance to the knockout round. Saudi would win the group. Thailand would finish second. those both spots would be guaranteed with a draw. And so for that reason, we expect this match to end in a draw, so that both sides would advance. It's beneficial for both to just go for the draw here. In Thailand, if they try to go for the win, they might leave themselves exposed. And being the inferior team to Saudi, I would expect the Thailand team to play it relatively safe, and just be happy with advancing out of the group as a second place team. So with that in mind, we're going with a full game draw between the Saudi Arabians and Thailand. That value comes in at plus 260. And for our final match of the Asian Cup matches taking place on Thursday, January 25th, we are going to stay in Group F, where Oman will be taking on Kyrgyzstan. Oman currently third in the group with just 1 point. Meanwhile, Kyrgyzstan is at the bottom of the table with 0 points, having lost their first 2 matches of group play. A draw would eliminate both teams here, so there needs to be a winner here. They will not play for the draw. However, there's only 1 goal combined between the two sides in a combined 4 matches between these two teams, relative to who they have played thus far in this tournament. So both teams, they really struggle to score. But we also, for that reason, expect this match to be low scoring. Although they don't want to tie, we don't see a lot of goals here. So we're going to go with a first half draw. And we're going to parlay that with the game total under 4.5 goals. That value comes in at a parlay value of plus 120. We really like that bet a lot. Again, don't see a lot of goals in this one, but there really needs to be a winner for either side to find this match to be beneficial. That's going to do it for us. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and X at Prince of Picks 10 for more sports, this Asian Cup, African Cup, and daily NBA picks. You also want to follow us on YouTube at Pick Management Podcast Network. And also make sure to follow us also on X at Pick Management. Until next time, we will see you then.